This is Harry Angel. He's a down-and-out private eye who can't afford a secretary and can't find a client.
Hello.
But on this day, a client found him.
Of course I know what an attorney is. Yeah, it's like a lawyer, only the bills are bigger.
Harry is hired on a $125 a day missing persons case. It sounds like a cinch, so he launches the search. And the nightmare begins. This is the setting for Angel Heart, the provocative and chilling motion picture thriller from the acclaimed director of Midnight Express, Fame, and Birdie, Alan Parker. The film features a distinguished ensemble of actors, including Mickey Rourke, Robert De Niro, Lisa Bonet, and Charlotte Rampling.
Action Mickey, action Mickey.
Known as a filmmaker who selects subjects that are provocative and original, Angel Heart is both. A mystery that is steeped in the supernatural.
Classic detective story, except that the private detective is employed by a client, and the client happens to be the devil. In that respect, it takes on a whole different level and is not, therefore, the conventional detective story. This film has so many different layers and textures that it's as difficult as anything that I've ever done.
Angel Heart stars two of the most powerful performers on the screen today. Mickey Rourke as Harry Angel, the private eye, and Robert De Niro as his mysterious client, Louis Cypher. Angel is hired to track down a former big band singer who owes a debt to Cypher. The search takes him from the streets of New York to the back roads and bayous of Louisiana and into the eerie world of the occult.
I think it's the kind of movie that as the character find out what's going on, the audience is going to figure it out about the same time, and that's what makes it real interesting.
When he was cast in the film, Rourke, who is one of the hottest young actors working today, was at the very top of Alan Parker's list.
Well, I've always been an admirer of his acting, just the naturalism and the truth that he gets out without seemingly to work at it too hard. I also wanted someone who wasn't the conventional hero, and I think he fits that bill. He can be evil, but you always like him. There's an incredible charm to him, even when he's doing things which maybe he ought not to be doing.
Johnny Favorite walked out of Sarah Harvey's Dodge 12 years ago, wearing his best suit and a new face wrapped in bandages with a headache.
Well, you know what they say about slugs.
No, what do they say about slugs?
They always leave slime in their tracks.
For Mickey Rourke, the opportunity to work with Robert De Niro was an extraordinary experience.
It was the first time I think I ever had to really concentrate in the way that I had to concentrate, because he's the most concentrated actor I've ever seen, and he doesn't, you know, if you like lose your concentration with him for like 4 seconds, you're out of there. So like, it was, at the end of the day, I was drained.
Angel Heart takes place in the mid-1950s. For the filmmakers, recreating that era for the cameras was a major challenge. Producer Alan Marshall.
Although we're talking about 55, it's probably more difficult to create 55 than it would be to create 1900. Almost everything has to be looked at very carefully and studied as to whether it's absolutely correct for the time. Alan is a stickler for being truthful.
More than just being accurate to the period of the picture, Alan Parker knows that the look of a film can affect the feel the audience gets from a movie.
So what we've tried to do is to take out all colour. So in a way we're shooting a black and white, we're shooting a colour movie, but in a way it'll still have the sort of black and white feel to it, which is a little more dramatic. Wonderful textures, but no bright colours, so just to give it its eerie feeling. Our subject is about the devil and hell, and I wanted it to get hotter and hotter as we get towards the end of the movie, as we get closer and closer to hell. And this would certainly give me that feel. And if you can look at a movie and feel temperatures, then you actually are communicating to people at a different level than just totally cinematically.
Hey, what are you after him for, Johnny Favorite?
I'm not really after him. I'm just being paid to find out where he is.
He could be 6 feet under.
Then I'll have to buy a shovel.
Making her motion picture debut in Angel Heart is Lisa Bonet, better known to television audiences as Denise Huxtable, one of the kids on the hit TV series The Cosby Show. Ironically, a factor that had nothing to do with Alan Parker's decision to cast her in the role.
I'd never seen her in The Cosby Show. I mean, I knew she'd done it, but I'd never seen the show. I still haven't seen the show. I auditioned every single young actress that would fit the role, both in New York and in Los Angeles, and out of that process, you pick the best person, and she was the best, and I went with her.
It was really strange because he has this camera that he keeps on his shoulder when he's interviewing you, you know, and you don't know where to look. And I just went in and I read the sides, and I was actually less prepared than I should have been, and I think that kind of helped because I was just, you know, very understated, and that's, you know, what he said that he liked.
In the film, Lisa plays the bizarre and challenging role of a rural Louisiana voodoo priestess.
It's funny because I'm learning a lot about myself, you know, just exploring different areas that I've, you know, never would have thought of. And the funniest thing is that I can get away with it because I'm playing Epiphany, but what I'm really doing is finding out more about myself.
Here in the bayous of Louisiana, where voodoo has many believers, the filmmakers are recreating an authentic ritual ceremony. The dancers, primarily professionals from New York, are working under the direction of choreographer Louis Falco, who previously collaborated with Alan Parker on his hit film, Fame.
And what we're trying to do here is a heightened kind of reality. And so it's not the kind of choreography where you have people moving in unison. And this is the kind of thing where the possession of the god is coming into you and that's creating the energy.
With voodoo, which is an authentic African religion that is practiced by many people in this area, the filmmakers did extensive research in their effort for accuracy. For Alan Parker, it seemed rather ironic that the camera slate identifying these scenes that night turned out to be numbers strongly associated with the devil. Unnerving for someone who admits to being superstitious.
Very superstitious, yeah. I carry around pins with me all evening. 666, sign of the beast. Too close for comfort, considering what the movie's about. In the end, it's for a movie. It's as truthful as we could get from point of view of our research. So hopefully it's as true as to what actually happens as possible.
Both written and directed by Alan Parker, and featuring an outstanding cast headed by Mickey Rourke and Robert De Niro, Angel Heart is a motion picture rich in visual texture, with a chilling and compelling story of mystery and intrigue, intertwined in the world of the supernatural.